So this is the EPC-9 from Aero Precision. When I called Aero Precision, they told me that a folding stock adapter would not work because the way the bolt carrier on this unit was made. There's a couple things that you have to do in order to get the bolt out of this gun. One is there is a pin in here that essentially goes in. It's a big piece of metal, and it, for lack of better terms, guides the hammer up towards the firing pin, but you don't really need it per se. So there's a pin that goes through here that holds this inner bore part of the bolt in. Once you pound the pin out, this piece, which is the extension for the bolt carrier, goes in. Now, at first, I couldn't get this to lock like that because I threaded the part of the folding stock adapter the whole way in, because you can't really see it in here, but in this gap here is where your pin goes through, or in spring, to make the ball detent on your release pins work. So ultimately what you had to do is take that out. There is a hole here that it comes with a bolt, like a little Allen head bolt, that you can take out, line this thing up, drop your spring back in, and then screw that in to the point to where it pushes on the actual back of the housing of the gun. That allows this piece to not turn, and then you can lock down your castle nut to further make it not move. But at that point, this doesn't come out unless you push in this release button, and it pops out. There is a little clip that goes in like this that keeps this from coming out. It catches right on this part right here, and then that allows, I kind of see it here, there's that piece right there. So this piece is what catches on to this part of this bolt extension. You can't even get in unless you push this in, to push that little section there in, and then you can push this back into your bolt, and then of course it locks. So you just have to turn this out until it gets to the point where it's creating enough tension on it to where it's not sloppy loose, and it's not so tight that you can't actually get it to go in and lock. Once that's all done, the rest is cake. Screw this onto your buffer tube, lock it on, you're good to go. And then pulls back just like normal, fires like normal, ran 50 couple rounds through it, no failures, no issues. I will suggest taking the hinge screw out, or the hinge bolt out, putting some Loctite on it, put it back in. After firing a couple times, this did get loose. It may not have been tight from the factory. I don't know. I didn't really check it. But that is certainly an issue that I ran into. Other than that, this thing has been 100% solid. You can give it a hell of a beating, and she just holds up. You don't get any flex in it. It's very durable. And the nice thing is these Gen 4 adapters from Silvan arms, you can fold right. Now, as you can see, I have lights and lasers and shit all over this freaking gun. But the nice thing is that it allows it to fold up. And since I have everything on the right side, because I hold the gun like this to shoot, allows me to use my right eye dominant down the magnifier or the red dot. Of course, you can roll the magnifier out to the right again to get it out of the way. But allows me to keep my left eye open to use peripheral vision when I'm shooting. If I had everything flipped to this side, like most AR platforms flip left, then what ends up happening is that if I flipped this left and flipped everything else left like it's supposed to be, then what happens is when I'm looking down the gun, right eye's going down the red dot, left eye's going down this side of the gun, and then you get this big block of bullshit in your way that you can't, you can't get a good scope of your environment when you're trying to shoot, which is why I want this direction. Apparently other people think the same as me, because otherwise they wouldn't have made this damn thing. But it is super badass. Like I said, it's just a couple little tricks that you have to do to get it to work, and it works flawlessly on this gun. Thanks for watching.